What's up guys, Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles, and today I want to go over a few of my most recent retention offers, and I also want to kind of review retention offers in general. I've learned a few tips and tricks along the way, and I want to pass them on to those of you that are either younger in the game or maybe haven't used retention offers as a way to earn a few more points and miles. If you are new to the channel, I talk about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, and travel. Stay up to date on those things by subscribing to the channel, and if you get any value or entertainment from this video in particular, slap that like button. It's a great way to support the channel and help with the YouTube algorithm. Also guys, I'm very interested in how high some of these retention offers can go. So if you've received one and you think it's on the high end, please let me know in the comments below. With all that out of the way, let's get started. Okay, so first a little refresher about retention offers. Some credit card issuers during a card anniversary will offer you an incentive to keep your card open. American Express is probably the most famous for doing this, and I think the retention offers kind of go along with the high annual fees. In my experience and my research, you will have the best luck getting an offer with American Express after your first year and then every other year. Does it hurt to ask every year? No, but I really don't see very many folks getting offers every year. So for me, I ask every other year, and I've had some good experiences. I also want to note that this is for both personal and business cards, and for both credit and charge cards. Another tip I want to add is you can ask for a retention offer even if the card does not have an annual fee. I do know of some folks getting a small retention offer on the Blue Business Plus, which is a card with no annual fee. The reason for this is acquisition cost for the credit card companies. They need to determine which is cheaper, retaining you as a card swiping customer or acquiring a new customer altogether. Obviously, the banks know there are times when throwing you some statement credit or a few points is cheaper than finding and marketing to a new customer. I will use American Express for a few of these examples because they are the issuer I have the most experience with, and I think they're actually one of the banks that retention offers are a large part of their process. So how do you go about asking for one of these? Well, let me go over exactly what I do, and I'll throw in a couple tips and tricks, and then I'll give you 3 examples of retention offers I've received just in the last couple weeks. With American Express, I always, and I mean always, wait until the annual fee hits on the card. Once it hits, I prefer the chat feature, and my normal text is something like this. My annual fee just hit on a card, and I'm having trouble justifying the fee right now, so I'm considering canceling the card. I'm curious, or I'm wondering if there are any offers that can help me with my decision. Normally, you will be transferred to some type of specialist that handles retention, and they will likely go over the card's benefits, and they'll even tell you that you've been getting plenty of value using those benefits. Now, most of us watching this video are probably getting all the value they possibly can, and those reps can definitely see that. Normally, I will try to criticize at least one benefit. Let's say I really hate using the Grubhub credit from the Gold card. I'll tell the rep that I sometimes forget to use it, or that when I do use it, it doesn't exactly provide any value because of the fees associated with the app. Something like that. Now, here's where things can get random. The rep will search to see if an offer is available to you, and they will either give you a retention offer or they will tell you that there are no offers available at the moment. Here is a vital point in your negotiations. You don't have to make a decision right there. In this case, I would tell them, okay, I will think it over. Thanks for your time. Within that first 30 days of the fee posting, you can ask again for a retention offer. One time with the Amex Green Card, I had to ask 3 times, and finally on that 3rd try, I got a 15,000 MR point offer. That was good enough for me to keep it. But don't take any of these offers personal. It's an algorithm. Don't get angry and just cancel. Be patient. Will there be times when they just don't want to offer you anything? Yes, there is a chance of that. It's also worth noting that some folks believe the retention offers are at least somewhat based on the amount of spend you put on the card. I'll give you some examples of my personal experience with that later. Here's a tip I think is valuable. If you really are considering canceling the card, have your math already done in your head on what it would take for you to keep the card open, and don't be swayed by your emotions. With the business platinum card, I was on the fence about keeping it, and I had a certain number in my head that would allow me to keep the card open, and American Express offered me exactly what I wanted, but with a much higher spend requirement than what I was willing to do at the time, or was able to do at the time. I canceled it. Emotionally, I wanted to keep it open so I could say I won. But I had already determined that that offer was just a little less than what I needed. Should you ask for a retention offer even if you have no plans whatsoever of canceling the card? Well, if it's a moral dilemma for you, then I'm not sure what to tell you. I guess in my eyes, I don't want to lie to the banks, but every time an annual fee comes up, I am at least somewhat considering canceling that card, even if that chance is very, very slim. I'll give you an example with this most recent occasion with American Express. The Gold Card, one of the best products American Express offers, but it still has a $250 annual fee, and I still hate the food credit because I just don't eat that way. My annual fee hits my statement, so I immediately chat up the customer service. Now, in my head, I've already determined that there is a 99% chance that I am keeping this card and keeping it forever, but I have to ask. I have had this card for a while, and I know I didn't get a retention offer last year. Because of this decision being so easy, I was really not willing to put a lot of time into it. The rep was fairly quick in offering me 20,000 American Express MR points for spending $2,000 on the card in 6 months. For perspective, my spending in 2022 was $7,100, and my spend on the Gold Card so far in 2023 has been over $4,500. Now, that is a little light because of all the new cards I've opened recently, so I think I would have done a little better under different circumstances. I took the offer with no negotiation. Spending $2,000 in 3 months will happen organically, and I know how to get value from my MR points, so this was just easy money. Next example is the American Express Platinum card, and I know folks have reported some really great retention offers for this card. Same technique as before, I like to use chat. I had already decided that I could get plenty of value from this card over the next 12 months. However, I did tell the rep that in 2024, I don't think I'll be traveling as much, and I was worried I may not get enough value from things like the lounge access and the 5 times earnings on flights. The rep was actually very good at selling the Platinum card as not only a travel card, but also a lifestyle card. I had to go hard at the Equinox credit and about how I've never even seen an Equinox gym. She finally offered 30,000 MR points for spending $3,000 on the card in the next 3 months. This one, I actually had to do some calculations with the spend because I really do not plan on spending $3,000 on the Platinum in the next few months. But when you think about getting 10 times MR points on all your spend, it's not hard to make sense of it. Like I said, I know how to get value from MR points, and I'm estimating I will see plenty of return on that 30K points. That one was also easy. If you watch this channel, you guys already know how much I like the Amex Platinum card, and even though I hate the price, it gives me well over positive value. Now, I do want to include the spend for your data points. In 2022, I spent $9,300 on my Platinum card, and so far in 2023, $4,700. So there you have 50,000 MR points coming in the next few weeks just for playing the game. For me, that is almost a one-way ticket to Europe in business class that may have otherwise had a $4,000 price tag on it. Now, your mileage may vary. What about other card issuers? Well, I'm not going to go down a list in this video of issuers that will offer retention bonuses, but I recently found out that with Citibank, you can call them anytime and ask for retention offers on all your current Citi cards. I know what you're thinking. I'm not calling anyone. That's 20th century stuff. Well, I agree, but I did call Citi and asked about my Citi Business American Advantage MasterCard. I was going to cancel it because I just don't want to have any airline cards anymore. But the rep told me that if I spent $100, Citi would credit me $100 and that would negate the $99 annual fee. Now, that's at least what I think he said. Citi customer reps, in my experience, have always been a little difficult to understand, and I had to ask him several times to repeat himself. I also want to report that I used the card twice for gas and the total was just over $100. So after the annual fee hits, if there hasn't been a credit, I will report that to you guys as well. But I essentially took the offer. I don't really want any airline cards, but if I can have a $99 card for free, I'm not going to decline that. So if you have Citi cards, grab a cold drink, set aside a few minutes, and go get at least some value from Citibank. So guys, I would love to hear your latest retention offers on any of your cards. It's a substantial part of the bonus game, and I hope you are all taking advantage of it. Business is business, and these offers benefit all parties. Guys, if you're interested in any of the cards I talked about in this video, check out my new organized card link in the description below. If you use my link, the channel will benefit, and I can continue to provide unsponsored, to-the-point videos for you. Also, if you need to rack up Amex MR points, consider using the retail shopping portal Rakuten. I use Rakuten for all my online retail shopping because it allows me to earn Amex MR points in lieu of cash back, making them much more valuable, at least for me. Guys, that is it for me today. If you liked the video, slap that like button. And remember, for those of you that stayed all the way to the end for the funky intro, I appreciate you and I thank every single one of you.